What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, good evening, good evening. You have entered another episode of Talking Sports and Entertainment. I'm your brother, Prince Cree. Al Cole is on assignment. I always want to say that. Al Cole is out doing some family business, got wedding receptions, giving out gifts, signing autographs, cashing checks, make sound effects, and all of that good stuff. But again, welcome to Talking Sports and Entertainment. I am here. I'm a Long Ranger. You know, Cree, I can do it all. Speaking about doing it all, that's who we have here tonight. Dupré, Doing It All Kelly. Y'all may know this cat. He was one of the lords of the underground from Newark. He should be joining us shortly. But I am so proud of that black man. I'm telling you, you just don't understand. From the hip-hop stage to politics. Man, now he's doing it all for the city of Newark, New Jersey, running for councilman. So I'm waiting for him to join in. But in the meantime, I like to keep things going. So good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Yeah. All right, y'all, listen. You know, I normally have Al Coles in this show to mess with, but, you know, or Lady D on the swag in the morning. But now I'm going to mess with myself. Earlier today, I got my booster shot. And I'm not going to front. I was nervous as why. I need soft and dry. I was super nervous. I was shaking. I didn't let Lady D know that I was just shaking. I was like, go first, you know, because Jada had to go to class. I'm like, go first. You know, I had a moody vibe with me all day. I was like, look, but it was just the booster shot. I just know I need to get the booster shot. You know, it was just time for it. And, you know, this COVID thing, man, is really, it's not gone. It doesn't really seem like it's going anywhere. It's almost as if it's the flu, like it's the new level flu. It's like not going anywhere. It is here. So I'm encouraging everyone to continue to wash your hands thoroughly. Speaking of washing your hands, Lady D went to a class the other day, a training or whatever, and came back. Come to find out, I was washing my hands all wrong. I mean, I was washing my hands wrong. So she said, you got to have friction, friction, have the soap, make sure you get the back of your hands. And then she was talking about your thumbs are the 30th place on your hand. And so you got to get the friction and get in. So Lady D came home and she was washing her hands in the sink for like 20 minutes. Now, and, so I thought it was a little, but anyway, I'm exaggerating, but you got to wash your hands thoroughly and don't touch your face, germs and all of that good stuff. I mean, she was really bringing home some real serious stuff. And I was like, wow, uh, I have not been washing my hands correct. So continue to wash your hands, continue to wear your mask in public places. Whatever the store owner says, you don't need to wear your mask. You don't have to wear your mask. That's a bunch of, continue to wear your mask, continue to do the right things during this pandemic. Shout out to my brother, Marcus George, who just got over COVID. I sent a shout out to him, but again, I was super scared getting my booster shot. I'm not going to front. I was nervous as why, you know that song, nervous is why you need soft and dry. But I was super nervous getting my booster shot, but I'm going to recommend you guys to get vaccinated. If it's your preference, whatever you want to do, that's cool. I respect that, truly. But again, as you know, I'm here by myself. Al Ice Cole is up top in Newark doing some other stuff, prom night, whatever Al does, signing autograph, boxing gloves, or training somebody. And, and so now I got to do it all. But our guest has been doing it all since the foundation. And so I'm glad that he's here to join in. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I thought I'd be doing stuff. I thought I was doing it all. But this cat went from Lords of the Underground from Newark to getting involved with his city of Newark. Now, that's passion. Because he represented Newark when he was in hip-hop to the fullest. They had Lords of the Underground for Newark, the blocks showing their signs of their street. Because I came through hip-hop, so I know. We came in almost together, me, King, Son, and all of us. So I know these cats serious about Newark. So when I'm watching, this video before I bring him in. I'm gonna show you this video. This joint had me bugging, man. I had people crying, they canvassing, and he having people crying with issues. And he praying over. Y'all don't understand. Yeah, I'm gonna take myself out so I can show this clip before I bring in Mr. Dupré. Do it all, Kelly. Stand by. Check this out, y'all.
Sir, God got you. God got you. Yeah.
Y'all have a good one here.
Use it if you need it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay?
Okay.
Take care.
How you doing, sir? All right. Just out on behalf of our mayor,
Yeah, sometimes you're gonna get that. It's a lot of people out here help, man.
People hurting, man.
We don't know, man.
God bless.
Yeah.
All right, I seen the face. I said, I had to do a double look.
Well,
Hey, that's
been,
cool.
Man?
Good. I'm doing
All right, what's your name?
My name's Tony.
Peace, Tony.
It's
nice
good
to meet you, man. Yeah, man.
So you trying to be councilman on the West?
Yeah, man, we just want to come out here and represent for you, man. You know, we need that representation.
Right, that
we
works.
have had that representation that really represents the West Ward.
I love how you talking because you got guys and women that come in here and they just say and never produce.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I love what you're doing.
But we're going to need you too, Tony. It's like no matter who you put in that seat, it's going to take us together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I
like
realize.
we can't expect, and I think that's the mentality sometimes of the voter. They just only expect these people to come in and be superheroes.
Right,
and
you're supposed to work the magic.
And you got to work it together.
Right.
So if you don't do your part, then I can't do my part. If I don't do my part, then you can't do
But
your
you see,
part.
right now, you ain't got no ignorant means.
No, not
You
at all.
see that I know how to deal with the community also.
That's important, man. So community and political power, that means we can get things done.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Let's celebrate this king while he's amongst the living, doing it all for his blocks, doing it all for his community. Trust and believe. He's serious about this, bro. I had to get him on the Talking Sports Entertainment because you know why? I want to draw a different audience. We got to represent. What's good, my beloved? How you feel?
Yo, Prince Creed, what up with you, man?
Good, black man. Peace and love.
Peace to the God, man. How you been?
I'm good, my beloved. I am so good. Man, first of all, I got to truly tell you face-to-face, virtually face-to-face that, man, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Like,
Yo, thank you, man. Appreciate that, for real.
Super proud of you. I live in Virginia Beach now. I'm from Patterson, right? You know that, right? So I always go home and say, you know what? My brother out there, Akbar, we feeding people, we boxing, we keeping it in our neighborhood and uplifting. But man, every time I come home, I say, you know what? I need to run for something. I'm talking to my brother Knowledge Born. He's in Atlanta, building houses out there in Patterson. Yeah. And so I'm like, look, we got to come home and do stuff. But when I watch you, man, first I got a whiff of this when Redman had you and was talking about, I was like, yo, serious? And man, bro, I'm proud of you, man.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I see Ali and them left you in the studio by yourself today. Huh?
Yeah, that's what they do, man. Like, seriously, like, you know what I mean?
Man.
I'm like, come on, man. You know, but it's all good. It's good. Look, I'm doing it all with Do It All right now. I'm feeling kind of lucky right now, family. I'm feeling kind of blessed right now.
Man, you woke up today. You woke up alive. You know, you got a chance to do it again. You got a chance to do this wonderful show on this wonderful platform again. That's a blessing, man. You know,
it is, man.
We got to start being thankful for those small things or those things that we think are small things that are actually grandioso in our life, you know?
I love it. Hey, Do It All. That clip when you canvassing, like I didn't show the part when he went into the crib, the picture, the man, the dog, the cry. Because, bro, I'm not going to front. I got emotional on that because this was real deal. He needed help. Like, and for you to get in there like that, man, was a lot. So can you, for the viewers who didn't see it, the full thing, explain that particular not interview, that when you went into that man's house, man? Can you really give us the realness of that moment?
So what the people didn't see, man, is that, you know, there's so many different issues in our community, you know, all around the board. And with that one particular scene, we were on 16th Street in the West Ward, right across the street from Redman's father's house, maybe 3 blocks away from where Redman and I grew up. and it's this guy there that the entire block know. His name is Mr. Miller. And Mr. Miller, you know, he appears to be strong in front of everybody else. And we were just talking, and he was just saying, man, dude, you know, I hope that you're not just this typical politician that when you get into the office, you know, it's just a lot of lip professing. And I said, no, you know, I said, only actions are going to really prove that. But I said, what's some of your issues? And his issue was that his mother had passed away a few years ago. His sister passed away a few years ago. His older brother passed away a few years ago. So he has just been living in his house, in that house that his mother left to the siblings, but no one is there. The mother's not there. The siblings are gone as well. And it's just him and his dog. So he does odd jobs to really stay afloat. He has no really control legally over the house, because even though his mother passed, he hasn't been able to get the documents that passed all her possessions over to her, from a bank account to the deed on the house. And he's just basically struggling. And he said he hasn't been getting any help from the county, the surrogate's office, and he's just doing odd things, and everybody on the block knows him. And it just kind of makes him feel, you know, sad. It just to have him cry on camera, this grown man crying, feeling like he has no help, and feeling like the only thing that he has that loves him is a dog. I wanted to show him that, you know, sometimes we all go through different things. We all come up in the same area and in the same neighborhoods, you know. And I told him, you know, it's our neighborhoods, it's our people, it's our community, it's our responsibility. And all that means is that when somebody can't do it, if you have the ability to do it, and that means just help, you know, if that's just to put a Band-Aid on it, if that's just to fill the gap, then if you can help, go ahead and help. You know, doing something for somebody else that can't repay you or can't give you nothing in return, I think that's the ultimate blessing ever. So what I wanted to show him was what you guys didn't see, my team and I, shout out to the team, is that we got him. I contact the surrogate's office, the Essex County Surrogate, because Newark, New Jersey is in the county of Essex. So I contacted the surrogate office, my team and I, and we got him to get his paperwork in order. So he's going through that process. And then I have to shout out my homegirl, Jen Jers. Jen Jers saw the video and actually adopted him. So she sends him clothes every month. She sends him anything that he needs. Like, and we don't just want to, you know, be a charity case. We want to do something that's going to make you better, because it's not just about making you a meal, as the old cliche saying goes, but it's about, you know, showing you how to fish, showing you how to get that. And by us taking him to the surrogate office and showing him the process where he can now officially become the owners, then that gives him an opportunity, whether he wants to sell a house, whether he wants to rent rooms out in it, whether he wants to do whatever. And that's all we wanted to do. But in that process of doing that, we even have people that are supporting him while he goes through those measures, man. And that's all it is, man, just being there for people in time of need. That's all.
King, I got to say, the passion, he felt it. Because, you know, when he came to the door, you know, and there's another thing you said to the other cat, but you guys just touched him, and your team touched him and said a prayer over his life, man. And the black man, like, the strength right there, man. And just the honest questions you were answering. Like, I'm not gonna front, man. If I'm gonna promote, I got people in the bricks. I still, you know what I mean? That's my hometown. That's my garden. That's my love there. So I'm gonna push the hell out of making people realize what you are doing where you are, man. Trust and believe, man. I'm going to push the hell out of it, do it all. Because you know why, Black? I sense, see, the other dude came out and he's saying, you know, he said, I'm glad you in a position. You said, listen, that's the thing. Is the misconception is that y'all think we're going to be superheroes. We're going to come in and do it all. I'm going to do it all, really. You know what I mean? Literally, I'm going to do it all by myself. I'm going to change this whole thing. But when you broke it down to him and said, listen, family, be real. We're going to need you to come up and help. Now, that made people realize, you know what? I'm with him. I'm going to roll with him. Right. He's familiar face. He understands the pain and suffer that area that you're gonna counsel. You're gonna counsel that area, bro. I'm claiming it. You're gonna counsel that area, man.
We claimed
you're gonna counsel that area, bro.
Yeah.
Trust and believe.
It's gonna be an honor too, Prince, because that's the area that I grew up in. That's the area Rod Digger grew up in. That's the area Redman grew up in. That's the area that half the artifacts grew up in. You know, that's our community. That's our hood, man. So to have the opportunity and to be able to govern and represent an area that you used to run those streets, play in those parks, go to those stores, and really just show those businesses love. It's going to be a great opportunity, man. So we want that to be able to stay with somebody who's from there, of there, and cares for there, you know?
And care. The sad thing about some parts of my city, I don't even know if it goes down in Newark, but my wife and I, we both from Patterson. We went to East Side. Like, we are born. Like, this is our love, right? But we go home, we see some of the politicians living outside of Patterson, West Patterson, in Passaic County, we from, right? So some of them live in Parsippany, Prospect Park, and they council people in Patterson in that ward, and they just doing it for a check, do it all. You know what I'm saying? And I know them, and I know we went to school with them. You know what I mean? I'm from the project. We used to bully, not to glorify, but I know they don't really.
Right.
To me, they don't really care. They don't get it. They just getting a check and they moving out. But that's just to see you walk your streets, and it means a lot, man. And I just wanted to just give you your flowers and your salute while you're amongst the living. You're gonna be the council person there. What
but
district
the reason why we can't, and that's what I love about Newark too. The reason, like, we can't live outside of the community here in Newark. When you run for an elected official office, you have to live within those city, and you have to live where you talking about govern. How can you govern? I mean, don't get me wrong. You can do anything from a distance, and it's appreciated. It's appreciated. But when you have that direct one-on-one contact with the people, it's a different connection.
Yes, it is.
Because I can tell you, I can hear about Miss Williams has a rodent problem on 16th Street. I can hear about it from afar and tell people to go check it out. But when I actually witness it, that is coming up from this sewer drain, or it's coming up from this area, or it's coming up out of this building that's next door, then I can directly deal with it because I have the experience. I have the receipts of knowing what's happening. And when you know the root of the problem, you can deal with it more effectively. And that's what it is, man. I'm from these areas. I'm from these communities, so I'm able to deal with it. And for me, it's not about money. Shout out to my crew, Lords of the Underground. We still on the road. We still go on the road. Right now, I am turning down a purse for 30 days, which is just my share on tour to continue to run my campaign. And shout out to my partners for understanding that, Funky Man and DJ Lord Jazz. But I'm turning down the purse that is actually more than the salary of the councilman.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm
so glad you mentioned that.
Turning down my purse for 30 days for 25 shows, which is my purse is actually more. Just my part of that tour is more than what the councilman makes. That's because I believe in my city. I believe that, if not us, then who? I believe that I can help bring some change, along with the team Baraka, Mayor Rajay Baraka, and the rest of the team, to help keep pushing our city forward, man, and help bringing some relationships and resources to the area that I give all of the credit of. When you see me wearing this Newark, and when you see it on my shirts, and you've seen it in videos, you've seen those street signs, that was the Westwood back then. I'm not just starting this. When you see those signs in Funky Child video and all of those places, and Chief Rock, and that's where I'm from. That's where I'm really from.
I know. Let me just say this. It was one of the sets. I think I know I was on. I think Dwayne DC. I forgot who shot the video. I was on one of those sets when you got, and everything was, and really inspired us, right? One of the things I fight my big bro son is that we got to do stuff home. Like, when you were coming up, if you don't represent your block, the people was not. Yeah, trust me, I already know. I knew you guys are bleeding Newark. You say anything left with Newark. Me and Redman did a show in Patterson. He Newark all day. I'm like, bro, you in Patterson? Don't care. They represent their. You guys are serious. So when I see you running for councilman, right, and you running for councilman, I'm sitting there saying, he's serious. You know what I'm saying? And by any means, like I'm in the back office. Like even back in home, I helped the mayor in Patterson get happening because I'm gonna push somebody who's gonna be for the people. And hands down, there's no question. You've been doing that since you was flipping, rapping in the diapers and funky.
Yeah,
and you guys was like, you guys was like funkadelic of rap. Like y'all was like different cats, and y'all represented the theatricals and everything that brought fun to your block and the real deep stories. Even though they were stories, bloodshed stories, but y'all made fun. Y'all took something that was dark and flipped it into something light. So I know what you're gonna do. I believe in my heart. I already know how you're gonna transform that city. You're gonna do it all, just like you are on the stage, because now you have a different stage and a different platform.
Right.
Now do it all.
Yes,
How was
sir.
that transition? Like how was it transitioning from the hip hop stage, which you're still in hip hop because you're still touring, you giving
I'm
up
always
salary.
hip hop. I'm always
You hip hop forever. I already know that, right? So how was the transitioning, getting people to buy into, I'm serious. So how was that? Was that challenging at all?
Yeah, it is challenging. It is very challenging. It's not an easy thing because it's not a joke. It's not a game, you know. So, you know, people are fickle. People of color are fickle. Black and brown people are fickle. People that live in impoverished communities, they just want to make sure that it's authentic, and that's why it wasn't easy. But anything worth having is not easy. When you're proving yourself, it has to be real. It has to be shown through action. It has not to be a little bit of talk, but more action than talk. So I didn't really want to talk. When I saw issues, I just wanted to fix them. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come in and do what I say I can do. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. You know, and just show that I can do different excuse me, to show that I can just do what I say I can do with my actions. If there was a homeless problem, how do I address that? Let me address it. Let me, you know, never to be the smartest person at the table. Let me bring the people around who can help me address those issues. If there was a home ownership or you know, a housing problem, how do we address those issues? I ask myself the question first, and then I bring the resolve to the solution. And that's how I started to do it. It's no different than hip hop. Hip hop, we talked about social injustices and being a part of the mainstream. Our fight was to be a part of the whole. That's it. That's what I was fighting. We want you to hear us. We want you to hear the voiceless. We want you to hear the voice, the unheard. That was hip hop. That's how hip hop started. It was a message. It was about social injustices and talk about our social ills. That's what I wanted to do. So my thing was, my passion is art. So I asked myself, how do I turn my passion into my purpose? And that's how hip hop became, you know, started to get into politics for me. I had a long conversation with Tupac, you know, over 20 years ago. And his thing was, dude, we got to sell millions of records so that we can create millions of voters, turn millions of fans into millions of voters. And once we do that, we have to go back to our prospective hometowns. You know, Tretch go to East Orange, you and Redman go to Newark. He said he would go to Oakland. He was talking about all of the rappers then. And Common go to Chicago. And then when we get there, we would create youth initiatives. You know, we would create nonprofit organizations. And once we did that, once we proved ourselves that we are a figurehead in the community and that we have a voice in the community, then we would run for an elected office. And once we run for an elected office, we would do that so that we can create legislation, so we can create our own laws. Because if it's not just enough to be at the table and say, okay, that law works for us, we need somebody who is directly in the process of making the laws, you know.
Wow, that's right.
And that's what we try to do, man. And that's what I'm doing. Shout out to Sean Barrow, who is the leader of the opposition party in Belize City, Belize. You know, he's the first one in the world to become a platinum selling hip hop artist that becomes an elected official. And on May 10th, 2022, you know, God willing, I will be the first American to ever win an elected official, platinum selling hip hop artist in America to ever win an elected official seat. You know,
We're gonna campaign behind you. Do it all. Seriously, amazing, man. Like just to have a conversation with Pac, and Pac was smack right on with that. In order for us to change, we got to become a part of the system, and that's one of the things that I always speak about. This I always say, you know, there's talking about the art of war. Like you're looking at how you see the Japanese people, the Chinese people, why they winning in so many areas, or even the Italians. You know, instead of sending a kid to become a basketball player, no disrespect, that's what we got to do. They send their children to become a lawyer. So in case I need a lawyer, or in case I need a judge, I got the influence. Now I know that can be sound dirty water or whatever, but at the same token, that's the game. That's what we have to play, that type of game. And I'm just using game, but in all reality, in order for you to fix stuff, you could be a platinum artist, a basketball player with millions. If you're not truly in the system in that manner, there's not but so much you can do. But you're gonna be inside. So when you have to go to Barack Ras, the mayor there, and saying blah, you know, he's gonna understand that, you know, this young man, he's passionate about his area that he's counseling. I'm gonna make sure some things happen because he know your fight ain't gonna be easy. It's because he already know that you was that tenant, you that resident still. You know what I mean? Like I could see great things coming from you. What's the date? Let's talk that date. Let's talk
May
your
10th,
website.
man.
Let's
First
get
of
it
all,
going.
Shout out to Amiri Baraka. Shout out to Mayor Raz J. Baraka, man, for allowing me to be part of Team Baraka, putting me on his team this go round, man. And you know, it's May 10th, 2022. You know, Dupré Kelly, better known as Do It All from that legendary hip hop group Laws of the Underground, will be the first platinum selling hip hop artist in America to ever win an elected official seat. And man, it's not an easy task, but we're out here rocking. We're out here doing it, and we're not going to stop, man. Whatever's for us is for us. And we're going to already claim the seat because we know that we feel like the universe has already given it to us. We just got to continue to do the work. And then, you know, like any great thing, the work starts after you get in. You know, if you think it was hard before, then the real work starts after you get in, man. And I want to shout out my entire team, man. Team Kelly, Team Do It All for Newark, from Redman to Monaco to Miranda, Jackie, Fluffman Jones to Ray to Al Tariq, Clark to Tamika Darden, and just to everybody who is working on our behalf, man, and to the citizens of Newark. To the people who voted for me last time when I ran for at large in 2018, we didn't win the seat, but it wasn't a loss. And we kept fighting for you because you cast your ballot for us. And people have to realize how strong the casting of their ballots are, man. Voting is very, very important, especially on a local level, especially in a chocolate city like Newark, New Jersey. You know, you might not think voting matters because you voted for a president and it didn't trickle down. The laws didn't trickle down to you, but voting locally actually trickles up, you know? So voting locally, whether you vote or not, those laws and those ordinances, they still affect you whether you vote or not. So why not cast your vote and have an opinion in a matter that really you can make a difference in, whatever that is.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for sharing your few minutes. I just wanted to just have you a part of this evening. Man, again, I'm super proud of you. I already know come May, people in Newark, you know, they're going to come out. They're going to come out. They better come out. They should come out.
They got to come
it's
out.
It's important that they come out and cast a vote and get this and so that you can get working.
Yeah,
the team is crazy, and I know they out there gonna work and push. You got your crew, you know what I'm saying, and I'm and listen. One of the things, right? I did. This is what I do. I went up on Versus and I put in. I want to see You know, I want to see the Lords of the Underground and Leaders of the New School go at it for fun.
Nice. That's dope.
I put that. I was like, yo, listen, Swiss. It's just that's hip hop in that era needs that energy. When Bust, I'm talking about bringing Bust like Leaders of the New School.
Yeah, I think Bust will come. I think Bust will come.
Because Bust saying ain't nobody can give it to him one-on-one. I get that, but let's do the crew. Let's do Lords of the Underground, the LOU, and get Leaders of the New School. And
I like
put them up there.
I love Leaders of the New School, and I like that.
Who would you prefer, though?
I want to go head-to-head with Das Effects.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, now I see that. Yeah. I see Das Effects with Lords of the Underground.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very exciting night. You know, shout out to Scoops. Shout out to, shout out to Dre and Rendezvous and all of the, all their whole crew. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to T-Net. But I think that Lords of the Underground and DOS Effects would be in a very,
that would be a more
night.
Fun, a more excited celebration. I agree there. I like that. I was just trying to put the group, but that will be dope because the styles and the timing and you guys came out a little extra animated. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, my man Aldrich from Virginia Beach said, I can see that. Thumbs up on that one. Okay, I'm going to campaign. See, that's the fun thing about what you're getting ready to get into because the platform. And then we're going to push that. I'm going to push that. I'm going to push that. I'm going to talk about it, get social media talking about it, get my podcast lovers talking about it. And so that platform will get going. It's going to be perfect timing because at that time, the people are going to vote.
Right.
Okay. If we got to use our hip hop skills to get them, let's get them. Do it all. Thank you, man. Let's stay connected.
Thank you, man.
I love you to life. There's nothing you can do about it but love me back. I'm telling you, I'm going to stay in close touch with you, man. God bless you. God bless your family. And look, man, don't let the world change your mind because you're strong, brother. King, we need you. Your family in Newark needs you, man.
Yo, all I want to say is thank you, man. And if anybody want to donate the campaign, man,
let's go talk about it.
Anything from $1 to $2,600, man, and just text West, WEST, text West, WEST to 973. Text 973-846-2211. Text 973-846-2211. You can text $1 or text $2,600 up to $2,600 and help us build our war chest up to stay in this fight, man. We really appreciate that.
We need that. So it's text.
And then go to the website. You got it down here, man. www.duprekelly.com. DUPREKELLY.com, man. And you can also, hit donate on there, man. I appreciate it.
I got it. Text West, WEST, to 973-846-2211. I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it on the post of this video when I post it, and I'm going to push it. God bless you, family. Okay. Continue to do it all and do it the right way. I love you, family. God
love, fam. Salutes. Thank you, King. Peace out, y'all. One.
Let's do it all. My man, do it all. From the legendary hip-hop group, Lords of the Underground, hanging out with your brother, Prince Creed. Al Cole is doing something else. I'm out of here, and this is another episode of Talking Sports and Entertainment. Track music you're hearing is by Tracy Big Fella Vaughn. And I'm out of here. And again, support Do It All, Dupré, Kelly. If you are in the city of Newark, New Jersey, in that particular area, in the West area. So again, he wants y'all to text WEST to this number, 973-846-2211. That's 973-846-2211. It's the world famous Swag Media Network. It's your brother Prince Creed, and I'm out of here. Sure, Redman checking in with us.